What is up? I just got a quick note, because I think that I see a lot of people like what I consider disrupted souls, type of people. And, I always like to remind people to protect their peace, right? Be unapologetic about protecting your peace. And, understand, what are your control parameters, right? There are some people that may feel entitlement to your company, your time, your energy, and that's just not true. And you have to learn how to set boundaries with people. And I find that people who set boundaries, they're the ones that are like, this is, well, they think they're better. They think that. It's like, no, it's just that you are a den of witches and warlocks. And I don't want to have anything to do with you. And there's something about people feeling like being in a congregation of wicked spirited people, engaging in witchcraft, like gossiping, is like something that everybody wants to be involved with. And it's just like, it's not. And for me, I've learned to protect my energy, protect my peace at all freaking costs. I don't mind eliminating people or things that do not serve me unapologetically. And I think, once people get to that point, they will understand, real peace. And I realize that, people who are peaceful are like, it irritates the souls in chaotic people, like, because they have so many wicked spirits attached to their souls. Maybe they're unaware of them, maybe they're summoning them, who the fuck knows. But there are a lot of people with wicked spirits attached to their characters, to their souls, right? And they cannot stand to see people just existing in peace. And the more you make those people none of your business, it may irritate them, but again, you will maintain peace. And so I say that not everybody's opinion is your business. And even if that opinion is of you, it's none of your business. People make conclusions based off of fragments of information all the damn time. And again, their conclusions have nothing to do with reality. And I say this to say that, I often think about, kind of where I'm at in life where, I don't look back at anything. I do not look back at anything. And I think a lot of people, they inhibit their future by constantly looking back at what could have been, should have been, whatever the situation is. And, for me, I think about, the hero in a suit, in an action packed movie where there's shit blowing up behind him and he's just walking ahead, looking ahead unapologetically, like, I don't give a fuck, right? That's kind of me. Like, I'm just like, I could be just if the shit could be blowing up, everything behind me, and I'm walking, not giving a fuck. I'm looking straight ahead. And it's kind of like Lot's wife, too. She looked back. She turned into a pillar of salt, right? And a lot of people who keep looking back at the past and dwelling on the past and all the shit, they are they're putting so much energy on that they cannot put the right energy towards securing a future. And that's the reality for a lot of people. They dwell on the past so much that they cannot secure a future. They can't divert the energy to securing a future. And then they have the audacity to be bitter. And this is why when they look at people who are, sound and peaceful and who were able to learn from mistakes and learn from just different things in life and just move forward, it's perplexing to them. They hate that they're like that, and they have to be convinced that, oh, you went through all this stuff, so you gotta be X, Y, and Z. And it's like, no, you're a weak fucking person. You are a salty person. You are Lot's wife. And if I can encourage people to be anything, it's just don't be like Lot's wife. Salty people keep looking back. Forward thinking people look forward. They're not dwelling on past pangs or transgressions to kind of, crutch on to why they're not actualizing themselves at present time and even creating a better future self of them. So, just something to think about. Don't be like Lot's wife. Don't be like the salty people. Be like the hero in the action movie where you got all this chaos behind you and you don't give a fuck. I mean, it's like you're unbothered. It's like in your brain, let it burn. I don't need to see it burn. So, anyways, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy Sabbath to those of you who observe. Bye.